Now, A-level maths at paper 5, so statistics 1, is one of the hardest exams actually on the course, and not necessarily because of the content, but also the speed at which you need to work through these probability problems or normal distribution problems. Hi, I'm Sam, the Ginger Mathematician. I've been teaching students just like yourself for the last 15 years, getting those A-level maths students to the A and A-star grades that you deserve. And today I'm going to go through my predictions for the paper 5 in May 2026, making sure you know exactly what kind of topics will appear, the style of question, and how they combine, for example, binomial distribution and normal distribution, because that's quite a common question. Off we go. Okay, so let's go through paper 5 stats 1. And the first thing is, should be no surprise to you, and actually more or less iGCSE plus, as I like to call it for some of these A-level topics, and that is representation of data, which is a long word for a thing like you see in front of you, a cumulative frequency diagram. And these are the easiest marks on the exam. I'm going to write easiest, yeah? And put an exclamation mark. You should be getting all the marks. I understand this is a short exam and they pack a lot into it. So you need to be really, really quick on how to draw, for example, a cumulative frequency diagram or to interpret it, okay? You need to be quick and you need to be effective with this kind of question. On to permutations and combinations, which is probably the opposite of what I've just said. It's probably the hardest topic on the exam. And notice it's a whopping 130%, which means it can be usually a question, sometimes a question and a half. And notice here, we need to look for those two keywords, arrangements, which is in this question, or selections. That helps you decide to do NPR or NCR. These kind of questions take practice. I've got a lot of tips and tricks to help you with these, and you can check out my all of permutations and combinations video, which goes through those tricks above. On to probability, 100%, so more or less certain to appear in some way. Notice it can go or merge into other topics that I'm going to mention in this video. Here, for example, we've got a fairly straightforward probability question to start with. We have a tree diagram to draw, again, iGCSE plus essentially. And notice it gets a little bit more difficult with probability questions once you start getting this word given in and you start using conditional probability. This is where a lot of students go, the probability is just like iGCSE. I'm all right with it. And then you get to these part C's and part D's of the question and go, I really do need to practice. So please don't underestimate this topic. On to discrete random variables. Okay, so this is something new to you. 90% almost certain, more or less comes up every time. And this is where we actually have to work with a random variable, hence why it's called discrete random variables. And it's often something like a dice that's thrown or an unfair dice sometimes, and you have to work out specific results. Now you can actually do this using a sample space diagram. You've developed the skill of discrete random variables. That's going to save you a lot of time working with expected value and variance. Binomial distribution here at 80%, which is a little bit of a misnomer. So what I mean by that is sometimes you do have a standard binomial distribution question, but this is an interesting one to be aware of. They love these suitable approximation questions. So you're using your knowledge of NP and NP1 minus P for expected value and variance. And then you use the approximation of the normal distribution and do something called a continuity error to then work with it further. So sometimes it's a mixture of binomial distribution and normal distribution. And this is a classic question where it's in. Also, quite a lot of marks for the exam, 5 marks for this question. And just to show you this in more detail, we've got the mean and variance that I just talked about. And notice then you go into your Z values afterwards. So linking the two things together, this comes up a ton. So please do revise it. Geometric distribution, again, it's usually involved with discrete random variables. I've separated it out slightly, but it involves some kind of relationship that's given in the question. But generally, if you've got a geometric distribution and discrete random variables together, that usually adds up to certain in some way. Then on to normal distribution, which I just mentioned. It can be in that approximation kind of question, like I showed you before, but more standard, like this question here, question 5a, is they say something's normally distributed, give you the mean, give you the standard deviation, and then you have to work out various different probabilities. That's much more standard, and towards the start of the paper, the suitable approximation or more difficult, these kind of questions will go towards the end. So you can see the topic frequencies just here and see which ones you need to work on. Again, representation of data is basically iGCSE plus, so you really just need to look over it. This is the hardest topic, and this is going to separate out the B's and the A's and the A stars eventually. Probability can be underestimated, so do watch out for this. And normal distribution, discrete random variables, these are two new topics that if you haven't really revised stats, I remember when I did stats a long time ago, I always used to get bad marks in stats, and I didn't really realize why. That's because I tried to use my previous knowledge from iGCSE and my just general mathematical sense to do this. And it's a stats exam, not a maths exam. And it does require quite a lot of learning things off by heart. I don't usually say in mathematics, but for the stats one and working so quickly, you do need to be aware it's a different kind of maths exam, much more in the sciences than it is in the maths. So if you need to go through all things A-level maths paper 5, then do check out the video in front of you. And if I have made a predicted paper pack, which I'm hoping to, for paper 5, then you'll see that in front of you as well.